1-week delay so the FBI can investigate further?
Well, I'm going to let the Senate handle that. They'll make their decisions, and they've done a good job, very professional. I'm just hearing a little bit about it because I've been with the president of Chile, and we're talking about some very important subjects. But I'm sure it will all be very good. I guess the vote was a positive vote, but there seems to be a delay. I'll learn more about it as the day goes on. And I just heard about it because we were together.
And what did you think of Dr. Ford's testimony when you heard that?
I thought her testimony was very compelling, and she looks like a very fine woman to me. Very fine woman. And I thought that Brett's testimony, likewise, was really something that I haven't seen before. It was incredible. It was an incredible moment, I think, in the history of our country. But certainly she was a very credible witness. She was very good in many respects. And I think that I don't know if this is going to continue onward or are we going to get a vote. But again, I'm here, so I'm not out there watching because I can't be, out of great respect, although maybe we'll go watch together, okay? We'll watch together. But I think it will work out very well for the country. I just want it to work out well for the country. If that happens, I'm happy.
Have you thought at all about a replacement for Judge Kavanaugh?
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
What's your message to Murkowski and his colleagues right now?
I have no message. I mean, they have to do what they think is right. There's no message whatsoever. They have to do what they think is right. They have to be comfortable with themselves, and I'm sure that's what they are.
Would you be willing to reopen the background investigation into Kavanaugh?
I'm going to rely on all of the people, including Senator Grassley, who's doing a very good job. That'll be a decision that they're going to make, and I suspect they'll be making some decision soon, whether to take a vote or to do whatever else they want to do. I will be totally reliant on what Senator Grassley and the group decides to do. Okay?
Are you going to talk about Venezuela today?
We're going to talk about Venezuela. I was waiting for that question. We will be discussing Venezuela, among many other things. A lot of interesting things going on in that part of the world. But Chile is really something special. If you look at what they've done, how far they've come, you look at how well run the country is. So I just want to say it's an honor to be with you. A great honor. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Delay is okay. Delay a little bit.
Thank you. Whatever they think is necessary is okay.
Whatever they think. Yeah. Thank you.
Are you still willing to meet with President Maduro?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Let's go. Maduro?
We'll see what happens. I know he wants to meet with us. We'll see what happens. Venezuela's a mess, and it's got to be cleaned up, and people have to be taken care of. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Anything on Rosenstein?
Thanks, Rose. Thank you.
Anything on Rosenstein?
Let's go. Guys, let's
It's the same thing everywhere.
All right, so there he is, the president of the Oval Office, the president saying whatever the Senate Republican leadership wants to do is fine with him. He's deferring to them right now. He said that he was very, very pleased with what Judge Kavanaugh had to say. Also, Professor Ford, he said, was very, very credible. Jim Acosta, you were there in the Oval Office during that Q&A with the president. Walk us through. He clearly is not completely up to speed yet.
That's right. And when I asked him initially what Senator Flake had just done, he acknowledged, he had just welcomed the Chilean president to the White House. They were just getting started with their meetings this afternoon, and that he really wasn't up to speed. But he did not dismiss this idea from Senator Flake Wolf that there should be some kind of delay to allow for some kind of investigation before there is a full Senate floor vote on the fate of Judge Kavanaugh. And I thought that was pretty extraordinary because all of the reporting that we got out of the White House yesterday is that they were, almost doing cartwheels and backflips after Judge Kavanaugh testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee. But it sounds as though the president is being ever so cautious about this. He hardly ever behaves in this way, but he is certainly doing it in this case, acting ever so cautious about the fate of Judge Kavanaugh. You heard me at that one point say to the president, well, what did you think of Dr. Ford's testimony? And he said that he thought she was a fine woman, a very fine woman, and also a very credible witness. And so it does seem that inside the White House, while they thought Judge Kavanaugh may have pulled his nomination out of the fire yesterday afternoon. They also believe that Christine Blasey Ford is a very credible witness, and that at the very end there, we were looking for some clarity, Wolf, because he really wasn't saying whether or not definitively this delay was going to be okay, and he essentially said yes, whatever the senators want to do, whatever Senator Grassley wants to do, whatever the GOP wants to do, and the Senate Judiciary Committee is fine with him. And so it sounds like, Wolf, the president is on board with this. Of course, you know, we have to have that caveat. You never know what happens when you're covering President Trump. He could tweet something at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning saying he wants a vote. But at this stage and at that very critical moment, moments after Jeff Flake did what he did, the president of the United States, who put Brett Kavanaugh forward, is saying he's open to a delay.